Yeah, you know what time it is, my brothers and sisters. Let's go! Yo, banging on the beat, breaking the concrete, defeating demons on a daily basis, glowing radiance, raising the consciousness to the most high status, Lumen lyrical brightness, supreme natural intelligence. There's no coincidence that I'm rocking, feeding the knowledge to the masses, vets and youth, always speak the fire of truth, wisdom. Life is about growth or development, so build your light for the tests in life. Never give up, never let up, that's what's up. You know what time it is, so push forward, elevate your mind in the sun and rise.
Yeah, check it, listen, coming through, fire bun. I'm an intellectual to the precise decimal of mathematical root radicals. So let's see this, I mean this, the fire of truth. From the sheer might, the fire of truth. Preach, teach, the fire of truth.
Just levitate, levitate, keep your head straight. Just levitate, levitate. Even if the world is so cold, we just levitate, levitate. Set these lies.
Balance is key, foundation you see. What's poppin', my brothers and sisters, and welcome to another live Blaze broadcast brought to you by your brother, your solar sovereign son, the radiant one, supreme natural intelligence, intelligenes, intelligenetics. My brothers and sisters, you know what time it is today. We're going to be continuing the discussion we had the other day regarding the top secret silent weapons for silent wars. Listen to reason and listen to wisdom. Peace, brother Tashim in the sanctuary, and brother Kazak. What's poppin'? Barak Shalom, peace. So as we left off in the previous Lab Blaze regarding energy. And it's only critical, it's vital and critical that we talk about energy. We left off on a powerful note on the first teaching regarding this. Because one of the silent weapons that is being used against you is your energy. The most powerful thing on this planet is the ability to control a person's energy, or ability to control the elements, or your mind, or your energy. It's all encompassing. The elements, when you break it down, al, mint, El means God or power or mighty one, and mint is the mentality. So the elements is God's mentality. The mind is what regulates the reality in your cipher of life. What is the mind? The mind moves matter. It moves energy, in other words. Because when you break down matter, everything is made up of energy. Energy is the root source to all things. Everything is energy. Everything is energy. They're just vibrating at different frequencies. Whether it's lower energy, higher energy. How you regulate your energy is going to determine how powerful you are. So my brothers and sisters, if you are being controlled by someone else, that makes you a slave. If you don't know how to control your emotions, your energy in motion, and you get angry easy, you get frustrated, you get nervous, anxiety, all those various different things is a lack of control. It's a lack of discipline. It's a lack of self-esteem, a lack of control. This is what the shadow powers use against you. The shadow government and the hidden hand. And it's only fitting that they're called the hidden hand. Because they hide in the shadows and they manipulate you like a puppet. With strings. You're moving around wondering what's going on. You're thinking certain things and you're wondering why you're thinking certain things. It's because you've been manipulated to think certain things. Because you're watching that television is making you think a certain way. That's why you think the way you think. That television is giving you your visions. Why don't you control your own vision? The television has been telling you vision all your life. Why don't you control your mind? Regulate your own life. The government tells you what to do. Why don't you govern your own mind? Control your own mind. Manage your own mind. Manipulate your own mind. So let us continue. Energy. Silent weapons for silent wars. This is the foundation of everything here. If you lack energy, you lack vitality. That puts you at the bottom of the pyramid. So you better learn how to master your energy. Master your vitality. Hey Nathan, I need to eat food to get energy. You're at the bottom of the pyramid. 2/3 of your energy come from the top of capstone of the pyramid. Sunlight. A lot of you eat too much. You eat too much. That's why you're controlled. 7 deadly sins is what they use against you. What is the 7 deadly sins? What do you talk about, Nathan? Greed. Gluttony. That's used against you. That's how you're controlled. So let's get to this. Listen. Gotta wake up. See that pyramid? You gotta get to that capstone. That's where the true Illuminati resides. That's where the true elite reside, the supreme intelligence. The peasants are at the bottom. Slaves are at the bottom. The masses are at the bottom. The ones who control everything is up here. Getting all the fresh air, all the high energy is up here. Everything is all polluted down here. So you gotta wake up and rise. You see this above me, the cloud of my mind. This is the master key here. Master your mind. Master your heart. Emotions and your mind. Mind over matters makes you the master. When your mind is subjected to the matters, that leads to your disaster. Listen to reason. Rays from the sun, the real sun, that guides you out of the darkness of ignorance. So, energy. Energy is recognized as the key to all activity on earth. Did you hear that? Energy is recognized as the key to all activity or animation or motivity on earth. What is energy? Electricity, magnetism, light, sound, ether, plasma, gases, liquid, solids. Those are the primal energies that make up this whole holographic world. The main ones are electricity, magnetism, light, and sound. That's what regulates your biology, and that's what they use against you. Natural energy is the study of the sources. Key word here, sources. I told you the sources. Natural energy, natural science is the study of sources and control of natural energy. And social science. So they use natural energy to control you socially. Science, when you go to the root, is the knowledge of how things work and how things operate, how things function. It's understanding, understanding the inner workings of life. That's what science is. Understanding the inner workings of life and how it moves, how it works, how it functions, the purposes of it. How energy moves. When energy takes on shape, that's called sacred geometry, supreme mathematics. Energy in its original form is omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient. Isn't that God's attributes, right? The Most High God's attributes. When energy, when partitions and fragments of that energy choose to take on a separate organization, that forms what? Shapes, patterns, that is separate from the all, but it's still connected to the all, but it's separate to the all. That means they're just giving themselves a distinction. So knowing this alone, sacred geometry, the golden mean, Fibonacci sequence, the flower of life, all the sacred geometry shapes, all the purposes of those shapes have a specific purpose and function. It makes up the fabric of this reality. It sets the laws and principles of this world, structure and order. Everything is precisely fabricated organically by the Most High, by fragmenting themselves into smaller micro formations. Remember, the Most High, or the Supreme God, is all people, places, and things. All people, places, and things of His almighty nature. That's the Most High manifest in physical form for you to view on a daily basis in different forms. The scriptures tell you, ye are gods, you're children of the Most High. Natural science is the study of the sources and control of natural energy. And social science, theoretically expressed as economics. So now you're hearing it. They're controlling you through economics. Legal slavery, lawful slavery, and you don't even realize it. Are you doing work that you like to do? That's the question. Are you doing something you like to do? Or are you just working just because you have to work? That means you're a slave. You should be doing something that you enjoy doing, not doing something that you're just doing just to get your so-called make a living. That means you're a slave. Do what you like to do. Stop making excuses. And that's why you're controlled. So, it's expressed as economics. Natural energy control through social science is the study of the sources and control of social energy. Both are bookkeeping systems. Hear that? Both are bookkeeping systems. So if you want to use economic terminology, the master is called the bookkeeper. Controlling the books. Both are bookkeeping systems. In other words, mathematics, statistics, etc. It's all math. Therefore, mathematics is the primary energy science. Sacred geometry, Fibonacci sequence, golden mean. And the bookkeeper can be king. Did you hear that? And the bookkeeper can be king if the public can be kept ignorant of the methodology of the bookkeeping. So you're kept in your slave position because you're being kept ignorant. Oops, I wasn't showing the thing. Let me pull this up. So you could be kept ignorant by not knowing what's in the book. Let that marinate in your mind. Let that marinate in every cell in your body. You being scared of signs and symbols, oh, that's devil, that's Illuminati, that's all that stuff. Ignorance. What is Illuminati? It's to be enlightened. Meaning that you have an internal light that shines on the outside. It shines bright like the sun. You have a solar plexus. You got an internal sun in you. The more you strengthen that sun in you, the brighter you're going to shine. Those are the true Illuminati. What is light is synonymous with? Knowledge, wisdom, information, intelligence. So how is that devil? Devil means deceiver. Stop thinking of creatures and things with horns. Devil simply means a deceiver. That's what they use to scare you, to make you run away from sacred geometry. You're looking at the beauty of nature, the exquisiteness of nature all day, every day, looking at signs and symbols right in front of your face. It's winter season. When it snows, oh, that star is a witchcraft. But when you look at the snow, it's stars. 6-pointed star you're looking at. But you don't call that devil, you don't call that witchcraft. That's simply sacred geometry. That's how energy takes shape in the fabric of life. You see this at all levels. You see it in water molecules. You see it in plants. You see it in crystals, rocks, stones, all these different shapes and patterns. This is why you're kept a slave and ignorant. You're being fed fear to keep you away from the knowledge of Lumen consciousness. So therefore, mathematics is the primary energy science, and the bookkeeper can be king if the public can be kept ignorant. Ignorant, when you break it down, means you're ignoring the ants below you. You're ignoring the ant. What is the ant metaphor? What is the metaphor of ant? They create architecture. They create structure. So you're ignoring the ants below you. Ignoring the facts. Ignoring the supreme mathematics. Mathematics is the primary energy science of the world. And the bookkeeper can be king, or they can become master or god, if the public can be kept ignorant of the methodology of the bookkeeping. All science is merely a means to an end. This means is knowledge. This means is knowledge. All science is merely a means to an end. It means knowledge. Knowing how things work. That's what separates the elite, the so-called Illuminati, from you. You don't know how things work. You don't study nature. You rely on other people's information. You subject yourself under other people's authority according to their so-called education. Why don't you look at nature and you find out what's going on for yourself? Knowledge of self is knowledge of your cells. Know how your cells work and you're going to understand the universe. Which is the what? The universe, when you break it down, united, verse, song, sound, phonon. Phonon is sound. Scientific term is phonon. The united verse. So be one with the Om. Om. The end is control. Beyond this remains only one issue. Who will be beneficiary? So are you going to be beneficiary of the source knowledge, which is what? 3 things cannot be long hidden. The sun, the moon, and the truth. If you're busy running away from these elements, you will never see the truth. You're busy running away from the signs and symbols of Almighty Nature. Oh, that's devil, that's Illuminati, all that stuff. You're busy focusing on the negative shadow side of things. Everything has a positive aspect and a negative aspect. You are focusing too much on the negative aspect. You don't realize that this is controlling you because of your ignorance. They want you to be scared of this. They want you to be scared of the stars. You look at the stars in the sky every night, and you don't say, oh, that's devil, that's Satan, that's witchcraft. That's all regulates the fabric of this reality. You're looking at snow. If you're in part of the world that has winter and you're seeing it snow and you're looking at the snow crystals, it's all stars. In 1954, if you're looking at flowers, you're looking at all shapes, symbols everywhere. And you're appreciating it, hopefully. All those shapes are being used to control you, to make you run away from the deeper knowledge of life. In 1954, this was the issue of primary concern. Although the so-called moral issues were raised in view of the law of natural selection, it was agreed that a nation or world of people who will not use their intelligence... Oh! Let's continue, man. And it's only fitting. Who am I? Supreme natural intelligence. Intel in genes, intel in genetics. Aren't they manipulating your DNA and your genes and genetics? With vaccinations and all these different things that do. Genetically modified foods that mess with your body, lower your vitality, your lifespan, weaken you, cloud your mind. Whoo, sheesh. You ain't ready, man. Although the so-called moral issues were raised in view of the law of natural selection, it was agreed that a nation or world of people who will not use their intelligence... I don't think you heard me. It was agreed that a nation or world of people who will not use their intelligence are no better than animals who do not have intelligence. In their eyes, they think animals don't have intelligence. They use their intelligence very different than humans use intelligence. This part I don't quite agree with, but I get what they're trying to say. Because humans use their intelligence in a very dynamic way more than animals on average. So I get what they're trying to say, but generally speaking, animals are extremely intelligent. You just can't measure the intelligence that we use with ourselves to animals. In some ways, animals are more intelligent than humans en masse. In some ways. So animals could say the very same thing to humans. They look at us and say, what the hell are you doing? Get your ass back connected to nature. Get in tune and get healthy. They look at us funny. We're looking at them funny like they're stupid, but they're looking at us dumb. And then talking amongst themselves in their animal tongue. They're talking amongst themselves. And then they look at these humans. They lost their position. This is not the original human. This is not the original Adam. The original Adam was in tune with nature. What's these humans doing? They're killing themselves. They're speaking in animal tongue. But we looking at animals and think they're stupid. Such people are beasts of burden some people are beasts of burden and stakes on the table by choice and consent. Did you hear that? By consent. You're bound by the contract. That's why you're a subject, a slave. You put yourself under the contract to make you a slave. Let me rewind this. You need to hear this clearly. Although the so-called moral issues were raised in view of the law of natural selection, it was agreed that a nation or a world of people, the masses, who will not use their intelligence are no better than animals. And if you're not watching this video, you lack intelligence. If you're not paying attention to this video, you lack intelligence. You watching this, I'm not interested. You lack intelligence. That's why your life ain't going nowhere. You better be sitting here and you better be listening to every word, because I'm giving you supreme intelligence through this book and breaking it down. Always complaining about things in life when you are the cause. You're the reason why it's happening in life. Don't blame anyone else. You allowed it to happen. You control your reality in your world. Stop blaming others. You did it. In view of natural law selection, it was agreed that a nation or world of people who will not use their intelligence are no better than animals. Who do not have intelligence. Such people are beasts of burden. So you're just a consumer, wasting resources on the planet. Isn't that what the elite tell you? The masses are just consumers. They don't produce nothing. They don't contribute anything. They're just eating, feeding. Trapped in 7 deadly sins of what? Greed and gluttony? Feeding, not producing nothing, not contributing, servicing anybody. That's why they want to get rid of your behind, because you're not doing nothing. You're just wasting resources. You're not contributing to the evolution and revolution on the planet. Such people are beasts of burden and stakes on the table by choice and consent. So you're bound by contract because of your consent. Contract is law. Law is contract. Every law is based on contract. You agree to it because your name is on that contract. That's why you gotta stand up for your rights. Don't give up the fight. Educate the minds. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Get up, stand up. Educate the minds. Consequently, in the interests of the future world order, peace and tranquility, it was decided to privately wage a quiet war against the public. I'm not going to take out American because it's not just Supply America. America's so self-centered. No, this is not just about America. It's about the world. It's not just America. To privately wage a quiet war against the public. I'm going to get this American nonsense out of here. The world public. With an ultimate objective of permanently shifting the natural and social energy, wealth, economics, math, of undisciplined. Shit! Ooh. You wage a quiet war against the world public with unlimited objective of permanently shifting the natural social energy, wealth of the undisciplined. So if you lack self-control, they want to get rid of your dumb behind. And irresponsible, many into the hands of the self-disciplined responsible. So the ultimate objective is to permanently shifting the natural and social energy, wealth of the undisciplined and the irresponsible and the unaccountable, many into the hands of the self-disciplined, responsible, and worthy few. What is self-discipline rooted in? What is responsibility rooted in? Religion. Oh, Nathan, I don't practice religion. That's man-made. Stop your ignorance. The purpose of religion, the real essence of religion, is morals, principles, structure, order, regulation of the world and environment, to keep it in peace, harmony, tranquility. Hey Nathan, I practice spirituality. It's higher than religion. No, it isn't. It's two sides, it's two polarities that they must work together. Male, female have to work together, complementary. Ignorance. Anybody teaching that religion is a problem is an idiot. I don't care what elders out here, you dumb. You missed the point. Religion means to bind, etymology. Bind meaning what? Self-control, self-discipline. They're telling you right here. If you're irresponsible, if you're not accountable, if you're undisciplined, you're not fit to have wealth. What happens to mass people when they get a lot of money? They win the lottery. They win a lot of money in casino. They go wild out, doing all these crazy things, and they end up being bankrupt. go back to their poor state majority of the time. So you're not fit to rule anything. You're not fit to be a CEO of anything. If you do that, you're not fit. And elite already saying that off the bat. People like that are animals. You don't deserve to get with you because you don't know that you don't have the discipline to produce and to provide service in the world. They're telling you right here. Let me rewind this. Consequently, in the interest of the future world order, new world order, right? Peace and tranquility, the utopia that the elite want to set up. It was decided to privately wage a quiet war against the world public with an ultimate objective of permanently shifting the natural and social energy, wealth, of undisciplined and irresponsible many into the hands of the self-disciplined, responsible, and worthy few. So they're telling you that the many was the original wealth. Why do they say that? Because what did I always tell you here? United we stand stronger. Together we rise higher. That's the ultimate power. Whoever forms the collective consciousness, the unified field, is able to control reality that we live in. One mind, one accord controls the reality. Whoever creates the mastermind controls this reality. The elites know this. The Illuminati know this. All the secret societies know this. Masons know this information. That's why they work hard to keep the public divided. They don't want the public to unlock their true wealth. Because the public, the masses, are undisciplined, irresponsible. For the most part. Majority of them in. You don't understand the occult knowledge. A lot of people don't understand occult knowledge. Hidden knowledge, which is being brought to the light. Because we're in the age of Aquarius. You know what time it is. We're in the age of information. We're just going through the first layer. We're just stepping into the age of Aquarius. December 21st or just past 2020. 2020 insight. Insight, your first eye, or in other words, your third eye, is the all-seeing eye. The eye of unification. Eye of synchronicity. Eye of unison. Eye of simultaneousness. The eye that sees the true colors in all things. The eye of oneness. These eyes are the eyes of deception, separation, division, competition. The eyes of duality, polarity. That's what confuses you, is these two eyes. If you lack the intelligence of wisdom and discernment, you're going to be confused. You're going to be deceived from the magician's tricks. Of what? What is the magician's tricks? The sorcerer's tricks. The warlock's tricks. The witch's tricks. The media's tricks. Which is all rooted to what I just said previously. The pre-state is precursor to what I just said. The media manipulates you through the television, telling you your visions telepathically, below the radar of your conscious mind, subliminally, manipulating 90 to 95% of your actions and your thoughts subliminally. Because a lot of you lack supreme intelligence, you lack intelligence, you only use 10% of your brain, some of you less, some of you a little bit more. So they're shifting the natural and social energy wealth of the masses, in other words, the undisciplined and irresponsible, and into the hands of the self-disciplined, responsible, and worthy few, the elite, the elect, the Illuminati. In order to implement this objective, it was necessary to create, secure, and apply new weapons, which, as it turned out, were a class of weapons so subtle and sophisticated in their principle of operation and public appearance as to earn for themselves the name silent weapons. What are the silent weapons? There's many layers to this silent weapon thing. They attack you through your food that you eat. If you're eating from the dollar menu, you've already lost. If you're hanging around people that are talking about nothing productive, you lose. Silent weapon. If you're watching that television all the time, you lost. If you're not focusing on your growth and development, you lost. If you're not focusing on educating yourself, in other words, etymology, bring the best out of yourself, you lost. If you're focusing on entertainment, you lost. Or should I change it? I should make the education part this way. If you are educating yourself, you win. You become triumphant like an elephant. Entertainment, you're losing. You're putting taint inside your mind, your mentality. Enter. Taint. Mint. Taint is entering your mentality. Silent weapons for silent wars. If you're always in that concrete jungle with all that stress, anxiety, nervousness that an environment is causing you, all that noise, that racket, you losing. Made up tricks is defeating you already. Get back to the organic, get to the mainframe, as I tell you. I just said this, right? Silent weapons for silent wars. Joe Galo, Poetic Pearl, what's poppin'? In conclusion, the objective of economic research as conducted by the magnates of capital banking and the industries of commodities, goods, and services is the establishment of an economy which is totally predictable and manipulated. Set up. Majority of things in this life in the Matrix is set up. Shakespeare said the world is a stage, and the majority of people in it are actors. Are you forgetting your lines? Why are you forgetting your lines? It's because we know that you're fake, you're phony, you're fronting, you're not being genuine, you're not being your 100% self. In conclusion, the objective of economic research is conducted by the magnates of capital banking and the industries of commodities. So we know banking is dealing with what? Math. Math is the control of regulation of energy. Currency. Currency is dealing with what? Banking. Current in the sea. Break it down, Nathan. Current is what? Energy moving. The animation of energy. Current is talking about electricity and magnetism, the movement of it. So the real currency is your energy, is your effort, is your work. That is your currency. They deceive you and make you think this paper is money. That has no value. That's just a sign and symbol of the real thing, which is you. You are the money. You're the money, not the paper, not the silver coin, not actually the silver coin and gold coin has value. That's money too, because it could be used to create technology and an advanced civilization. The properties, because it's very conductive. But the paper is only symbol representing you. This isn't the paper you have is not money. You're the money. If you're able to use your intelligence, you're able to use your physical ability to get things done and provide service and to build. That's the money. And your ability to control that money, your bank, your temple, is your bank. Temple is the bank. How do you control your energy? How do you account for your energy? Accounting, you got to account for your energy. Account for your energy. The thoughts are like dollars in your mind. What are your thoughts making you provide? What are you providing with the thoughts? How are you using your thoughts? How are you using your dollars mentally, your intellect, your intelligence? How are you using your dollar, your thought dollars? The objective of economic research as conducted by the magnates of capital banking and the industries of commodities, goods, and services. So what services are you providing? What goods are you providing economically? What are you producing? How are you servicing others? Is the establishment of an economy which is totally predictable and manipulatable. In order to achieve a totally predictable economy, the low class elements of society, social city of people, society, must be brought under the total control. I.e., example, must be, In order to achieve a totally predictable economy, the low-class elements of society must be brought under the total control, i.e., must be housebroken, trained, and assigned a yoke of long-term social duties from a very early age. Silent weapons for silent wars, and you think it's innocent. They're setting you up. And then when you finally get some intelligence, you're going to be upset about it. They're setting you up to get upset. That's what I tell you. If you don't have control of your emotions, you're the slave. If you let someone else get you upset, that means you got set up. Reverse it. Inverse that. If you get upset, you got set up. The one who makes you angry controls you. Or should I say the one who makes you upset controls you. Because when you get upset, that means they set you up to lose control and act a fool. Recklessness tends to get yourself in trouble. And that's what they want. Recklessness leads to ignorance. Leads to foolishness. And you get yourself in trouble. And that's going to put you behind bars, right? Not just physically, mentally, spiritually, soulfully. That's what ignorance does. So, in order to achieve a totally predictable economy, the low-class elements of society must be brought under the total control. Example, must be housebroken, trained, and assigned a yoke of long-term social duties from a very early age before they have an opportunity to question the propriety of the matter. Are you taking notes? Are you listening to the seasonings and spices of the fire of truth? In order to achieve such conformity, the lower class family unit must be disintegrated by a process of increasing preoccupation of the parents and the establishment of government-operated daycare centers for occupational orphaned children. Focus on this. Government. Govern means control, regulate, manipulate. Mint is short for your mentality or your mind. The quality of education, or should I say, it should not be called education here. The quality of indoctrination, because there's a difference between indoctrination and education. Indoctrination is telling you what you must do, telling you what something is. Education is teaching you how to think intelligently, to discern things for yourself through the proven facts of life that you could find out for yourself to confirm. Indoctrination is telling you what something is. It's not teaching you how to think. It's simply telling you, this is what it is, you do it, that's what it is. This is how you do it. Education teaches you and gives you the ability to practice for yourself and learn for yourself how something is done, and allows you the opportunity to try it for yourself and figure out other methods to do for yourself. If there's a better way to do it, education, it brings the best out of you, brings the potential out of you. Indoctrination just tells you what this is and what that is, trains you in that specific discipline. Whatever it may be. And then you're stuck in a box according to your discipline and your training. Education, you take the knowledge you've been taught, you go out in the world and you expand upon it. See if you can make it better. Bring the best out of yourself. Education is akin to what I always tell you. Life is about growth and development. So you better be improving in every day and every way. You must be getting better. I must be getting better every day and every way. One must get better and better. So the quality of the education given to the lower class must be the poorest sort, so that the moat of ignorance isolating the inferior class from the superior class is and remains incomprehensible to the inferior class. Ooh! Truth blazing, facts blazing, facts being manufactured in a factory. By your blast, by your bun, let's go! You need to repeat this, man. This is powerful, man. Sheesh! The quality of education, or should I say indoctrination, given to the lower class must be of the poorest sort, so that the moat of ignorance, emphasis, they want to isolate your ignorance, the inferior class. So if you're ignorant, that's the inferior class. That's the one whose light has been dimmed. That's why you're not considered the Illuminati. Your light is dim. That's why you're ignorant. That's why the masses are ignorant. When you're ignorant, you have a dim light. That means you're in the inferior class. From the superior class, high class, and remains incomprehensible to the inferior class. So they make it that you don't even realize that you don't know. They make you think you know something, but in actuality you don't know. Oh, that's the devil. Six-pointed star, the triangle. That's where we gotta get rid of that. We gotta pray to God to remove that. You don't realize like all of nature is made up of those sacred geometry shapes. So you think you know something, but you really don't. They give you exoteric information. And they keep the esoteric for themselves. They give the masses exoteric information, parables, metaphors, stories, while they keep the truth to themselves, which is esoteric, the occult information for themselves. But we're in the age of Aquarius. That is all being revealed. There's no excuse nowadays. It's all out in the open. Internet has everything you need to know what's going on. You gotta widen your scope. And know how to decipher the information. Absorb what is useful. Cut, discard, and throw what is not. And make the valuable and useful thing uniquely your own. You gotta have discernment. The one who has masterful discernment is the one who's going to be winning in life. You lack discernment, you're going to remain ignorant and foolish in life and make errors and mistakes all the time. And that's what's going to keep you at the bottom. Powerful, man. Gotta repeat this again. You need to hear this clear, man. Seriously. The quality of education given to the lower class must be the poor sort, so that the mote of ignorance isolating the inferior class from the superior class is and remains incomprehensible to the inferior class. With such an initial handicap, hear that? Retardedness, handicap, that's like a gentler version of retardedness. So they're already mocking you. So you might as well look at this as retarded. Even bright lower class individuals have little hope. Ooh, see? So even if you think you're educated, you think you're all big and bad, I'm educated, I got the best education, I got Harvard, I got this and that. Oh, I'm big and bad, I know now. Don't think you're up there too. Don't be too quick to talk either. Listen. Sheesh. Even bright lower class individuals have little, if any, hope if extricating themselves from their assigned lot in life. So those lower classes who eventually move to higher classes, don't be too hasty. Listen. Even bright lower class individuals have little, if any, hope of extricating themselves from their assigned lot in life. So you hear that? This form of slavery is essential to maintain some measure of social order, peace, and tranquility for the ruling upper class. Descriptive introduction of silent weapon. Everything that is expected from an ordinary weapon is expected from a silent weapon by its creators, but only in its own manner. That's why. You saw that, huh? Everything that is expected from an ordinary weapon is expected from a silent weapon by its creators, but only in its own manner of functioning. Remember the bookkeeping, right? Whoever controls the bookkeeping, the library, is the winner, is elite. That's why you got to unlock your intelligence. Intel within your genes. What does the military always do? Gather intel to gain an advantage. Intel is information, knowledge, wisdom. On how something works, the background on something. Intelligence, information. Information is supposed to transform you to make you better. Inside, formation, shaping from within. Pattern yourself from within to make yourself better so you can transform, transmute to a higher level of intelligence. Intel in genes. And I'm not necessarily talking about physical books. Don't think I'm talking about books. The supreme book is within you. The library, all the information you need is within your cells. You guys have to decrypt it, unlock it. They say that you have what? 90%, what did they say? 90% junk DNA? No. That's locked, that's encrypted information. That's dormant. You need to unlock that to gain this supreme intelligence. Knowledge of self. Knowledge in how your cells work and function. You're living biochemistry. Where do you think all these books come from in the first place? Someone wrote it down. Where did they get the information? Studying nature, studying animal behavior, studying life's behavior in general, studying shapes in almighty nature, studying the math, the positionings. Oh, now that I understand this, let me preserve the information. Let me carve it in stone. Let me carve it on papyrus paper, whatever, a book. You don't read enough, brother. Where do you get your... Brother, the only thing you should be truly reading is yourself. All books are written by man. Where do you think they got that information in the first place, fool? Nature does not create books for you to read like that. It doesn't create no book. You're not going to find any books in nature like this where you just go, oh, no, bringing out the best thing. All that stuff you're reading, all the books come from within you. Through the inspiration of your nature, from looking at nature, you will get inspired from nature. God, the Most High. And then you write your information that you're able to comprehend in a book. To keep a record so you can remember. Books are just a tool to help remind you of what you may forget in the future. It just preserves information. But originally the book is in organic, it's made from almighty nature. You get the information by you grounded to the earth, interfacing with that sun, naked, connected with your environment, earth, wind, fire, water. That's how you write books. Understanding life, equal standing life, overstanding life. So let's get back here. Everything that is expected from an ordinary weapon is expected from a silent weapon by its creators, but only in its own manner of functioning. It shoots situations instead of bullets. It shoots situations instead of bullets. Mental warfare, mental battles. The greatest enemy is yourself. You are your greatest enemy. If you are prioritizing your time in foolishness and entertainment all the time, you have no one to blame but yourself. You're being used against yourself. That television is telling you to act a fool. To operate in the 7 deadly sins and plus of the other principles of the sins. But the primary 7 is what? Sloth, greed, gluttony, lust, wrath, envy, pride. 7 primary principles that you're bound under. Your weaknesses, debilitations, and your demons that hold you down. You gotta transmute to the Illuminati principles, the Lumen consciousness principles, the 7 primal principles of righteousness, truth, justice, balance, order, harmony, reciprocity, propriety. I teach you the 777 principles of the universe, the 777 principles of the universe. What are the elements that make up the universe? I mentioned this earlier. Magnetism, predominantly feminine aspect principle. Electricity, masculine predominantly. Light/sound. Ether/plasma. Complements, pairs, gases, liquids, solids. The laws of the universe, the 7 primal laws of the universe. Mentalism, correspondence, vibration, rhythm, polarity, cause and effect, generation. Production, gender, in other words. Cause and effect, what goes around comes around. Karma. You notice that mentalism is the number one. Mentalism is talking about the mind. Your mind projects this reality. Mind over matters makes you the master. When your mind is subjected to the matters, that leads to disaster. That means you get the karma effect from your weak mind. The cause and effect you get back from your weak mind. And you notice when it comes to the 7 morals of the universe, the 7 righteous principles of the universe, truth is number one. Truth embodies all things. Mind embodies all things. Electricity and magnetism embodies all elements and forces. The mother and father principles of the universe. You see it in all the 777 principles as I break this down to you. They all complement each other. Keep in mind there's opposite principles. The devil principles, the demon principles, or the 7 deadly sins. Order, chaos. Which one are you part of? Harmony, tranquility, or discord? Disruption. Are you part of that? For every positive principle, there's a negative principle. Just like in words, there's positive principles in words and negative principles in words. When they work together, it creates balance. Life cannot exist without friction. Without opposing forces, there's no movement. So in order for things to move, there got to be opposing forces. In order for you to do this, it needs to be in opposition. One hand has to be up, one has to be down for movement. It has to be opposition. Oh, Nathan, I could use one hand and do that. The opposition's right here, fool. Don't try to be slick. This is still the same thing. This is pulling it down. This is pulling it up. Supreme intelligence. Use your head and use common sense. There's always going to be a positive polarity, negative polarity. It doesn't necessarily mean good and bad. It just means angles of perception is different. So you have to combine the two to make a holistic picture. Turbo Scuba, what's poppin'? Okay, so I'm gonna read a few more paragraphs. I'm gonna put this second part to a close. Okay, so we're gonna end before theoretical introduction. We'll continue from this part for the third part. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Sunday. We'll see. But let me conclude these last few paragraphs here. This last chunk here. Everything that is expected from an ordinary weapon is expected from a silent weapon by its creators, but only in its own manner of functioning. It shoots situations instead of bullets, propelled by data processing. Instead of chemical reactions, explosion. Originating from bits of data, instead of grains of gunpowder. From a computer, instead of a gun operated by a computer programmer. Instead of marksmen under the orders of banking magnates, instead of military general, it makes no obvious explosive noises, causes no obvious physical or mental injuries, and does not obviously interfere with anyone's daily social life. So you're seeing how they're using the magician's tricks against you to beat you up. I forgot to continue the magician's trick before. What is the magician's trick? The art, words of art, the art of distraction, the art of misdirection, and the art of deception. That's the magician's trick. Weapons of mass destruction is the general thing about it. Weapons of mass destruction is the magician's trick. Misdirection, distraction, deception, words of art, which allow those things to be effective. Yet it makes an unmistakable noise, causes unmistakable physical and mental damage, and unmistakable interferes with the daily social life unmistakably to a trained observer who knows what to look for. Discernment, supreme intelligence, your intelligence awaken. I need to repeat this because you need to hear this clearly with no interruption. Everything that is expected from an ordinary weapon is expected from a silent weapon by its creators, but only in its own manner of functioning. It shoots situations instead of bullets, propelled by data processing. Instead of chemical reactions, explosions originating from bits of data, instead of grains of gunpowder from a computer, instead of gun operated by computer programmer, instead of a marksman under the orders of a banking magnate, instead of military general, it makes no obvious explosive noises, causes no obvious physical or mental injuries, does not obviously interfere with anyone's daily social life, yet it makes an unmistakable noise, causes unmistakable physical and mental damage, and unmistakably interferes with the daily social life, i.e. example, unmistakable to a trained, observed one who knows what to look for, which is the intelligent, the one who has discernment, a filter to see the truth holistically, whole, to become whole. You're able to see the whole list, holistic, whole list of what's going on. What is one of my power picture presentations tell you? You see Bruce Lee sitting, meditating, observing an environment, getting in tune with his environment. The most dangerous person, the most intelligent person, the most wisest person is the one who what? Observes, listens, and takes notes, and makes use of it in live dynamical radical action for the growth and development. One who knows what to look for is the one who observes, listens when you break down, list, enter, take notes. Listen is not just hearing. Listening is actually comprehending which you are perceiving and listening to by mentally and physically taking notes if need be. That's discernment. So that's intelligent discernment. Wise discernment. Knowledgeable discernment. The public cannot comprehend this weapon and therefore cannot believe that they are being attacked and subdued by a weapon. We got people that were coming in and out during this whole live teaching here. What is this guy talking about? He's talking about scary things, talking about conspiracy theories. Well, this is my answer to you. Listen, those of you who came here and got out, this is what you got to hear. The public cannot comprehend this weapon, silent weapon, and therefore cannot believe that they are being attacked and subdued by a weapon, silent weapon, to add in, because this document is called Silent Weapons. So I'm going to add in silent weapon, because you can't see it, you can't perceive it. You have believed, being lied to, that nothing is happening to you. Well, you are being lied to. Believe is being lied to. That's the shadow side of belief. The light side of belief is being alive. Be live. Shine your light. Use your currency, your energy to shine the light into a result, into an action. That's the positive side of belief. The shadow side of belief is to what? Be lied to. The public cannot comprehend this weapon. The public cannot understand this weapon. Comprehend, understand. They can't equal stand the weapon. They can't overstand this weapon. And therefore cannot believe that they are being attacked and subdued by a weapon. This is all done mentally. That's why you don't realize that you're being attacked. We're at war, and a battle is constantly being waged against you.
What? Slow motion this side.
The key is intelligence. You lack intelligence, you're going to be beat up all the time. You're getting beat up every day and all day, and you don't even realize you're getting beat up. How are you getting beat up? If you're getting sick, you're getting beat up. If you can't think straight, if you can't focus on one thing more than 2 to 5 minutes, you're being beat up. You don't even realize what's going on with you. Silent weapons for silent wars. A battle's being waged upon your behind, and you're getting beat up. And that's what they want. They want you distracted. The more you're distracted, the more you can't focus, is the more ignorant you are. If you lack the ability to focus and control your energy, that's going to keep you ignorant. Because you're going to be looking all over the place. Oh, stimulation's over here. Cool, cool, cool. Another thing. You're never going to understand nothing because you're all over the place. Master focus. This is what this phone does to you. You're sitting on here all day. Even when you're outside walking. All day. Oh, what's this new TV show? What's this new video here? Cool, cool, cool. Oh, this is another thing? Let me check this out. No, that's not good. I only watched 1-2 minutes of it. Let's move on. Negative comment. You're talking nonsense. You didn't even listen to the whole thing, but you just want to make a comment, like thinking that you know everything that's being said. No. Next video. Cool, cool, cool. Ignorance. That's why you're in a position you're in. If you're going to watch something, watch to the end. Or don't watch it at all. Don't comment at all. You're not fit to have an opinion. You're not fit to have anything until you watch from the beginning to end of something. Otherwise, or you just don't say nothing, don't watch it at all. Because you're going to look foolish. Oh, if you're going to watch something, make sure you watch from the beginning to end. Focus. Take notes. Absorb what is useful. Discard, cut, and throw what is not. And make that valuable and useful thing uniquely your own. You don't have to agree with everything that people say. But if you're going to take the time to listen to somebody, listen from the beginning to end before you make any comments. Ask questions before you make any ignorant comments. In general, applies across the board, everything you do in life. Don't prejudge anybody. Don't make assumptions. Ask questions, get clarification. Because that is the master key to equal standing one another. This generation is all 1-2 minutes, 1-2 minutes, in and out, all over the place, getting confused. And you're just making assumptions and presumptions on things. You're judging a book by its cover. You didn't even read the book. So how do you really know? Yes, it may start up boring. But how do you know it doesn't unfold and it really starts getting exciting? Well, this is boring. I can't read this anymore. Let me stop. And then you want to make a comment on the whole book how it's trash. How do you know it's trash? You read 1 and 2 pages out of hundreds of pages that the book has. You didn't even read the book, so how you don't even have a right to have an opinion and a compliment. You don't know. This is a lesson in life. Don't let your opinion and make comments on something and have critique if you haven't read from the beginning to the end of anything. And a lot of you are like, think you're slick. Yeah, I read the whole book, but you're skimming. You're skimming. You're trying to rush to get through this stuff. Oh, I got it. And then when you actually do it, and you don't come to the results you were looking for, you're going to go, oh, this book is nonsense. But then when you actually take the time to read and get to the details, oh, shoot, I missed this. Maybe that's why this didn't work. I missed out on this thing. Oh, shoot. I was wrong. This is what this generation does. They don't take time to look at meticulous in details. Take time to comprehend. That's the problem. You want to rush to get things. Rush. Slow down. Comprehend. Take time. The public cannot comprehend this weapon, and therefore cannot believe that they are being attacked and subdued by the weapon, the silent weapon. The public might instinctively feel that something is wrong, but they can't put the finger on it, right? They can't put their connections together. But their instincts and intuition that has been suppressed all their life because they've been living in a concrete jungle, if they were operating into nature, maybe their instincts would be sharper. Their intuition will be sharper. But since it's been dumbed down and diminished so much, insulated and suppressed for so long, they just got a tiny bit of... What's that? But if your intuition was sharp, your intuition would be doing this. No. But your intuition is so weak, it's just doing this. What's that? Is something going on? Oh no, it's nothing. But if your intuition was sharp, oh, okay, yeah, I shouldn't do that. There's something wrong here. Let me move out. The public might instinctively feel that something is wrong, but that is because of the technical nature of silent weapon. They cannot express their feeling in a rational way, or handle the problem with intelligence. Ooh, shit. I love sheesh. Man, powerful, man. The public might instinctively feel that something is wrong, but that is because the technical nature of the silent weapon, which operates with magician's tricks, the hand is quicker than the eyes. the art of distraction, which is, oh, I can't focus more than 2 to 5 minutes on something. Distraction, misdirection, and deception. Mixing truth and lies together to keep you confused. Silent weapons. That's weapons of mass destruction. The technical nature of a silent weapon, they cannot express their feeling in a rational way or handle the problem with intelligence. Intel in genes and genetics. Therefore, they do not know how to cry for help. Ooh, sheesh. And do not know how to associate with others to defend themselves against it. United we stand stronger. Together we rise higher. You know what time it is. Union is the supreme power. Because collective consciousness, when it's formed by the masses, when one mind, one accord comes together, you form the grand master mind. In other words, the God mind. That's why the shadow powers, the shadow government, the hidden hand, want to keep you divided, fighting over petty things that don't really matter all that much. They want to keep you fighting over petty things to keep you divided because you're going to fall. Division leads to failure. Division leads to failure. Falling on your head. Falling on your ass. Unity leads to standing strong on the foundation of truth. Unity leads to flight. Flying high, right? You better be getting fly in the sky, shine high. Raise your hands to the most high, most high. Get fly in the sky, shine high. Raise your hands to the most high. Get fly in the sky, shine high. Sheesh.
What? Slow motion this side.
The public might instinctively feel that something is wrong, but that is because of the technical nature of silent weapon. They cannot express their feeling in a rational way or handle the problem with intelligence. Therefore, they do not know how to cry for help and do not know how to associate with others to defend themselves against it. United we stand stronger. Together we rise higher. Like, share, spread this video, make it go viral, make the truth go viral so a positive change can be achieved from us being united in the truth, in intelligence. You know what time it is. Last two paragraphs. When a silent weapon is applied gradually or incrementally, the public adapts to its presence, and learns to tolerate its encroachment of their lives until the pressure, psychological via economic, becomes too great and they crack up. So there's a reason why they introduce things slowly, incrementally, gradually. Because if they just change things immediately, you're going to be very defensive about it. So they do it slowly, getting you used to it. What do you think was happening this whole pandemic? Slowly introducing you to wear the mask when you get in the store. But now they're telling you wear a mask as much as possible around people, all this stuff to keep making it more strict. Slowly. Now you got to get a vaccination, or if you don't get a vaccination, you're gonna be limited from doing certain things. Your travel's gonna be limited. They're slowly introducing to get used to it, right? And if you're getting used to it and accepting it, you're the fool. You got to stand strong. That's some magician's tricks they're using on you. Incremental changes, gradual changes they're using for you to accept. Your acquiescence, your silence is consent. And that's what they want. They want you to remain silent. They don't want you opening your mouth. They want you to remain silent. Very beginning of this, we were talking about consent. Contract is law, law is contract. The fact that you don't dispute the contract means that you agree with it. Consent. When a silent weapon is applied gradually, incrementally, the public adjusts and adapts to its presence and learns to tolerate its encroachment on their lives until the pressure, psychologically via economic, becomes too great and they crack up. Psychological sorcery, psychological warfare. A war is against you. A war is being waged against you. A war is being waged against you. You're in a battle every single day and you don't even realize it. And that's why you crack under pressure. You're supposed to be turning into a diamond. But most of you can't become a diamond because you crack. You crumble before you can become a diamond. Therefore, the silent weapon is a type of biological warfare. It attacks the vitality options. Ooh! one of my favorite words, vitality, which is dealing with the ability to brighten up your life, growing your life energy. Vitality, the ability to grow, evolve, progress, growth and development, vitality. You lack vitality, you lack energy because you don't know how to control your energy. So someone else is going to control your energy for you. So they set you up to get you upset. You got upset, that means they set you up. That means you're the puppet. Well, they have the strings moving you, mentally and physically. Subliminally, telepathically. Television, telepathic, telepathic, vision. Subliminal, vision. Subliminal, programming. Telepathic, programming. Television, telling you your vision. Therefore, the silent weapon is a type of biological warfare. It attacks the vitality options. And mobility, mobility, your motivity, your animation of the individuals of a society by knowing, understanding, and manipulating and attacking their sources of natural and social energy and their physical, mental, and emotional strengths and weaknesses. Ooh! And what are those emotional strengths and social weaknesses? Specifically the weaknesses, 7 deadly sins. What did I give you? Laziness. Technology does everything for you. That is sloth. Lust. Sexual activities out here. What's the word I'm looking for? Crude physical sexual activities out here. The practice of improper sexual activity, or should I say not sexual activity, lustful activities out here to make you lose your energy. When you lose your energy, your life energy, you take away your intelligence. When you don't use your life energy properly, you lose intelligence. You stay confused and you stay ignorant. Lust. So, sloth is laziness. Lust. Greed. You love feasting on food too much. You're eating a bunch of sweets and junk food. Or you're so focused on getting paper money that really has no value. You are the money. Greed, gluttony, food and money, or you having a bunch of material things. That leads to your self-destruction. You got to be servicing the people. That's the purpose of life. Service one another. Reciprocity. Service one another. The opposite of this stuff. Wrath. You're unable to control your own emotions. Energy and motion. Remember, this is all about the control of energy, your control of your mind. When you get angry, wrathful, get upset, you got set up. Envy. You're hating on the next man that have certain things that you wish you had. Why don't you get your own? Put in work. They put in work. Why don't you put in work to go get it too? Stop hating. Make yourself better. Life is about growth and development. Why are you hating on someone else? If you want to get like them, that means you better be practicing. You better be doing things to make yourself better. Stop being jealous and envy. Make yourself better. Life is about making yourself better. Wrath, envy, pride. Pride is self-explanatory. You better not put yourself too high and think you know it all either. Because when you get to a certain height, eventually you're going to fall. Keep that in mind. So, sloth, lust, greed, gluttony, wrath, envy, pride, the 7 primal principles they use against you as weaknesses. So this is where we're going to end. So the solution, you got to master the 7 principles of righteousness to counteract your weaknesses. Truth. Think truth. Speak truth. Live truth. Truth is the embodiment of all things. In order for you to see the truth, perceive and receive the reception of the truth, the sun, the moon, the truth. So the sun, the moon, just referencing the highest points in Almighty Nature. You got to be observing nature. You got to be getting in tune with nature. That's basically what it's saying for you to get the truth. That's the fire of truth, and nothing but the whole, living, unified truth, my brothers and sisters. Awaken your minds and get your behind back to the organic internet mainframe of Almighty Nature, which is the unified field, the collective consciousness of the divine, the great vine, derived from the vine, in which you get your true information, knowledge, wisdom, and intelligence from. Listen to reason. Listen to wisdom. Receive the information and use it to transform yourself, to make yourself better. Clean up your ignorant mind, your dirty mind, and make yourself better on a daily basis. Break free from the contracts that bind you as a slave and a subject and as a citizen. Synonymous. United we stand stronger. Together we rise higher. You know what time it is by now, my brothers and sisters. You know what time it is. It's time for you to ascend from the bottom of the pyramid to the capstone of Lumen consciousness. Listen to reason, the real sun, rays from the sun, ray sun, and listen to wisdom. Govern your wizard's domain. Be the wizard and control your domain. Wisdom means whiz, means you're the wizard. The dome means domain. 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 What is a wizard? They control source energy, root energy. They manipulate it for the best interest. What does that? Your mind. Whatever you have in your mind is projected into reality. So imagine the world that you want to live in, and you better put the work in. Find those who think like you, and you work together, form a collective consciousness, a unified field, and create your community, your society, your town, city, your country, in tune with Almighty Nature. The real trees, the organic internet 5G and beyond. Organic nature is far beyond 5G. Disconnect from the 5G matrix antennas and you better be getting back to the organic trees, the real, the highest level G's of the Most High. The higher level G's. The God energy. I'm not talking about gangsters and no. You want to be a G? That's God. You want to connect to a G? You better be getting to those. You better be hugging those trees. You better be connected to the trees and the plants, the mini towers below you, the grass, the flowers, and you see the trees. You better be connecting. And you better be taking the fresh fruit and getting the fresh information, the fresh books of information of the fruits off the tree. You see the veggies and herbs in the ground, connected to the mainframe, the motherboard of the earth. Getting that information. Fire burn facts, truth blazing, facts blazing, facts being manufactured in the factory. Fire blaze, fire burn, let's go! So nothing, only one thing is relevant so far. What's poppin', thought criminal? The order of the infinite universe is supreme balance, absolute truth. Malicious liars go against the universe and create heavy karmic debt. Exactly, that's the law of cause and effect in action, which is karma as well. At minimum, they downgrade, suffer next life. absolute justice. That's true. Facts. Facts.
What? Slow motion this side.
Alright, my brothers and sisters, I always tell you, be like Aang, the airbender, master the elements. This is what they don't want. This is why you're destroyed. See this? They destroy your story. This is the science of life. Everything's connected. The law of correspondence. Everything's fractal. Everything is connected from the micro to the macro to the macro to the micro. Anyways, brothers and sisters, enjoy the rest of your night. Stay sitting on the edge of your seats for part 3 of Top Secret. Silent Weapons for Silent Wars. We're going to be continuing. Embrace the principle. Apply it to your life and live dynamical radical action. Enjoy the rest of your night. Be strong. Be powerful. Be courageous like a lion. Stop lying to yourself, deceiving yourself, and actually tell the truth. Live the truth. Think the truth. Some of you think you're a lion, but you're actually lying to yourself. Did you catch that play with words? That's words of art. Stop lying to yourself and be a lion. Sheesh. Enjoy the rest of your night, my brothers and sisters. Holistic true peace, true power, and true elevation. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. So I leave you with this outro now. You know what this is already. Pass the truth on the left-hand side. Hey, pass the truth on the right-hand side. Whoa, pass the truth on the bottom-end side. Hey, pass the truth on the top-end side. Whoa. Into the state of joy. Into the state of joy. Into the state of joy. Always stand on the foundation of truth. Peace.
Check it, listen, coming through for your bun. I'm the intellectual to the yeah, check it, listen, coming through for your bun. I'm the intellectual to the precise decimal of mathematical root radicals. So we see this, I mean this, the fire of truth. From the sheer might, the fire of truth. Preach, teach, the fire of truth.
Just levitate, levitate, keep your head straight. Just levitate, levitate. Even if the world is so cold, we just levitate, levitate, shed these lies.
Balance is key, foundation you see, harmony we see, nature we free, spirit we agree, preach and teach, the flock we reach, peace we feast, Ecclesiastics 3, Barak Shalom hour, inner peace power, reason in season, there's meaning in beacon and wisdom we season. Peace to the Most High, the Most High, 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 peace to the Most High, the Most High.